The Xbox 360. A great console, loads of fun, loads of great games, and at an affordable price. However, there's one issue that this console can never seem to fully escape: the Red Ring of Death. It goes by many names, but they're all variations on a theme, so we're just going to call it Red Ring of Death. While it's true that almost all consoles will fail at one point or another, the rate at which the Xbox 360 fails is enough to raise eyebrows. Recent conservative estimates state that 23.7% of Xbox 360 consoles will fail, with some exaggerated claims have put the number as high as 54.2%. This has led to Microsoft having to rethink their warranty policies, the system being reissued in differing models to combat these issues, and many gamers having to replace their consoles, with some unlucky gamers having to go through several consoles before finding one that doesn't fail. Some have gone so far as to disavow the console, instead focusing on the PlayStation 3 and Wii consoles instead. Due to the nature of the problem, there has been a lot of misinformation, well-intended nonsense, and outright fuckery on the internet regarding the Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death. Many times when facing this problem, the first step a gamer will take is to consult the internet. However, going to the internet for advice is like trying to stop an attacking dog by punching him in the balls. It may work, but it's dangerous. Many people have heard about the Red Ring of Death and fear it, and as soon as red lights appear on their console as opposed to the usual green lights, they panic and consult the internet, assuming that they have been the victim of the Red Ring of Death and must fix their ailing console. The two most common home remedies for fixing a broken Xbox 360 console are as follows. The first involves wrapping your console in a towel, and the second involves dropping it on the ground. Yeah, you heard me right. Just off the bat, these ideas seem ridiculous, just as face value. Why would wrapping a towel around your console help, and how could dropping the console be anything but detrimental? But then you start seeing all the success stories and people claiming that they tried it and that it really actually works. This is the issue that leads to many people wrapping up their consoles in towels or dropping them. The dropping thing is the most ridiculous, so let me corner that one right off the bat. Dropping your console, no matter why you're doing it, is not good for it. The reason that people would drop their consoles has nothing to do with the Red Ring of Death, but is instead a fix for a jammed disc tray. It involves dropping the console only a few inches onto a padded surface such as a carpet, not flinging it at the ground. This is done to hopefully jar the insides and unjam the console, as a proper fix would involve opening up the console and thus voiding your warranty. I might point out, though, that dropping the console, no matter how gentle you are, can aggravate the issue rather than alleviating it, and that it may damage other components inside your console. Plus, this counts as abusing the system and voids your warranty anyway. So if you get the Red Ring of Death and somebody tells you to drop the Xbox, they're fucking with you. That being said, let's get to the main event, the towel myth. First, let's take a look at what those lights on your console even mean. You're probably aware that there are 4 lights on the console surrounding the power button. These lights are usually green and for the most part indicate how many controllers are connected. When the lights are red, this indicates a problem, but the type of problem depends on how many lights are red. If all 4 lights are red, this may panic you, as it is literally a red ring. So you'd think, Red Ring of Death, right? But actually 4 red lights indicates a faulty connection between the Xbox 360 and the television, usually caused by the AV wires being loose or faulty. So check your connections, and if that doesn't fix the issue, your fix is as simple as getting new AV cables. If only one of the lights is red, then you should be getting a message on your television instructing you on what to do. There's been a specific hardware error, and you should get an error code as well as instructions to visit the Xbox official website and consult the troubleshooting guide there. One of the most common errors is the E74 error, which means your console needs to be repaired. If you receive another error or no error message at all, there are more advanced guides to determine the issue and whether or not you can troubleshoot it or if you need a repair. If there are 2 lights that are red, this is an indication that your console has overheated and you should immediately turn it off. Let it cool down for several hours, and make certain that none of the air vents are blocked or obstructed, and that the console is not resting on a soft surface. So that leaves 3 red lights. This is the true red ring of death. In truth, it's the same basic error as 1 light, a hardware error, but rather than a specific hardware error, it is a general hardware error. Basically meaning that something has gone wrong inside your console, but the internal diagnostics cannot pinpoint exactly what. The idea behind wrapping your Xbox in a towel comes from the thought that this error is usually caused by faulty ball grid array, which is used to solder the GPU chip. Stress cracks, air bubbles, or other issues may arise in the soldering, causing the connection between the GPU and the motherboard to be faulty, leading to your general hardware error. The idea of the towel fix is to wrap your Xbox completely in a cotton towel and then run the console for 10 minutes. The towel will preserve the heat of the console, partially melting the solder joints and causing them to re-establish a better connection, thus getting your Xbox 360 to run. So does it work? Well, sometimes. There is a chance that doing this will indeed cause a better connection with the solder joints and get your console to run. But this is anything but a permanent fix, and in many cases only gets the console to run for a few hours or even only a few minutes. To add to this, you are purposefully overheating the console, which can cause damage to many of the other components, many of which are plastic and melt faster than the metal part that you're trying to melt. Even if you somehow avoid damaging other parts of the console, heating and cooling the joints will weaken them, causing them to become prone to snapping entirely, rendering them useless. Not only this, but the general hardware error may not even indicate an issue with the ball grid array, but may in fact be a totally unrelated issue. We all know the Xbox 360 can overheat, and that this is a problem, so doing this on purpose can never be a good thing. It's sort of like treating a disease by shooting someone in the head. Of course, these simple facts have not stemmed the tide of online tutorials, websites with instructions, and YouTube videos, some of which have even appeared on CNBC, detailing the towel cure as a miraculous fix to your red-ringed Xbox 360, complete with many comments from people who claim it actually works. The fact is, even if it does work, you're causing damage to the insides of your console, and though you may get a few hours or even days out of it, something else is going to go wrong, and this time it's your fault. That being said, if you ever do get red flashing lights on your Xbox 360 console, don't go to YouTube, Yahoo Answers, Google, or anything similar looking for a fix. Visit the official Xbox website and run the troubleshooting guide there to figure out what your problem is, and what steps need to be taken to fix it. If you find that your console needs repairs that you find to be expensive, don't try to fix it yourself, as you'll almost certainly cause more damage than you fix. To already further cement this point, let me point out a video by CheapyD, a popular YouTube user who shows the towel trick in one of his videos, which has appeared on CNBC and gotten over 2 million views to date. Though he shows you how the trick can possibly work, he opens the video with a warning, disavowing himself of any responsibility for damage done to your Xbox by mimicking this, and even at one point warns you that the towel trick is not only dangerous to your console, but may actually start a house fire. So keep your towels on the racks, kids. Well, that's it for this episode. Join me next time and we'll take a look at another gaming fix that people have been practicing since the dawn of console gaming, and is the reason that many of your old games barely work anymore.